They must find shelter from the oncoming zombie tsunami crowd.
You feel like a booze, don't you?
That's why it's called the Grand Canyon. Hello everyone, Kino Jack is in touch and this is a short retelling of the 10th episode of the second season of the zombie series Nation Z. The series never ceases to amaze with its trash plot, which you want to watch and it gives you pleasure to retell it for you. If you suddenly got to this channel by accident from the recommendations, then pause, go to the description and look at the links of the beginning of the story. And from you, my shortcomers, I expect, as always, thousands of likes and comments. Enjoy watching. Roberta and Vasquez kill a pack of zombies, after which they begin to get romantically close to each other. The couple starts kissing, after which Vasquez turns into a zombie, and Roberta wakes up from her dream. When she returns to reality, we find that Doc has driven the group to the Grand Canyon. Eddie keeps trying to make a walkie-talkie to contact Citizen Z, and then they can figure out what caused the dust storm ahead. With the help of 10K, it is possible to send a radio transmission, but no response is received. We see Citizen Z killing zombies in the Northern Lights. Unfortunately, a few more appear, and Citizen Z becomes stunned. He manages to fight them off, after which he sends messages to our group. The group instructs Citizen Z to resend the coordinates, but he can't find them in a mess. He also tells the group about Storm Z, which is ahead. He tries to convince them to go anyway. Roberto uses a telescope to see a huge horde of zombies in the distance. After joining, the van breaks down. Doc and 10K are left behind, and the rest go in four-wheeled cars. Doc and 10K climb the mountainside, and the rest enter the territory of the tribe. Roberta manages to convince the Indians to let them into the base. Meanwhile, 10K and Doc approach the rock and try to climb over it. Eventually they get to the top and watch the grandeur of the Grand Canyon. A moment later, they are attacked by a man in a raincoat on a horse, and both are subdued. Meanwhile, the others enter the Northern Quest Casino Resort and get acquainted with its leader Danny. After Murphy and Danny have a little argument, Roberto tries to warn Danny about the approaching zombies. Danny doesn't look worried and is confident in his defense. Meanwhile, 10K and Doc were escorted by Red Hawk. Red Hawk admits that they are afraid of white people and their disease, which once in the past destroyed their people. Red Hawk beats up 10K Doc, hoping to get information from them. Doc insists that they are just trying to escape from the horde, and suggests that the Indians do the same. Red Hawk insists that white people are a plague that may be responsible for their murder. Ayala intervenes and stops the bullying, and then takes the couple to the infirmary. Upon arriving there, Kurok takes care of the Doc, and Ayala takes care of 10K. 10K Ayala talks about Red Hawk and his beliefs. Ayala admits that Red Hawk and her brother did not see eye to eye and their discord split the tribe in half. Meanwhile, Eddie sets up the radio with Jerry's help. As soon as the radio starts working, they hear Morse code. Seconds later, we see Citizen Z sending the code. Eddie manages to contact Z, they get the necessary coordinates. Doc got some kind of medicine, from which he completely lost consciousness. The trigger shows Doc the Indian inscriptions on the rock. She insists that her ancestors are among these inscriptions. Returning to the Northern Lights, Citizen Z again goes in search of zombies. Meanwhile, Murphy tries to convince Vasquez and Roberta to leave the ship. Returning to the Indian tribe, 10K Doc are expelled from the Red Hawk camp. On the way, both fall into a trap and Red Hawk confirms that they will be the early alarms of the tribe. Doc remains stoned and useless to 10, who is hung upside down. A few seconds later, a zombie approaches him. Doc uses his mind to transform into an Indian warrior, break out of the net and kill zombies. After a few moments, he returns to the body and insists that they use astral projection. 2 more zombies are returning, and this time the doc can't help. And Yala saves the couple in the shortest possible time. Next, we see Citizen Z running away from the zombies in fright, and then we return to 10K, who thanks Ayala for her help. Ayala insists that she needs their help to convince people in the casino. The trio heads to the casino on horseback, and Ida and the others manage to establish contact with Citizen Z. Roberta explains to Citizen Z how to use a rocket launcher so that he can finish off the last zombie. The zombie is approaching, while Citizen Z is in a hurry to warm up the batteries. And Yala and the others arrive at the casino and try to reason with Danny. Inside, 10K and Doc are reunited with the others. Finally, Citizen Z manages to kill the zombies. During the celebration, Murphy insists that he feels zombies nearby. Jerry points out the window, and the zombies rush inside after him. As the others prepare to leave, Danny refuses to leave. Danny assigns Ayala to command the others, while he stays behind. Ayala leads the group to the sacred rocks. Ayala and the others watch from afar as the casino building collapses to the ground. After a few moments, they return to the Trigger and the Red Hawk. Ayala breaks the news to Red Hawk, and they grieve together. Red Hawk tells the others that they are welcome here and that they have blocked the only passage. He apologizes to Doc and 10K, after which zombies appear and which they kill. They decide to distract the zombies before Doc asks the question, can zombies be as dumb as buffaloes?
Do you think zombies are as dumb as bison?
The group makes a bonfire and performs tribal songs. Everyone meets again and watches the zombies run straight to the bonfire. Murphy tries to save the zombies, as he insists that they can feel. Instead of running into the fire, Murphy distracts them and forces them to run off the cliff.
Did it work? And even more.
Red Hawk takes everyone back to the camp and says that this event will be remembered for many generations. And Yala gives 10 Kazashchit beads, and Doc gets something similar from the Trigger, as well as a few more medicines. Eddie and Jerry say goodbye, and Murphy is grieving in the casino van. Despite Murphy's concern, Roberta insists that they should have killed the zombies. She also tells him that in the near future he will have to choose between a human and a zombie.
There will come a day when you will have to decide who you are.